Yeah, tropics are busy. It seems like in the last 24 or 48 hours, it just had a jolt of excitement, and now things are really popping off. We have a couple of blobs out here that we're tracking, right? We just call them blobs because there's really not much organization, at least not quite yet. Now, this would be the best organized system that we have. This is AL95, highlighted in the red here. That has a 70% chance of turning tropical in the next 48 hours. It could be our next named storm. Next name on the list is Dexter. That is if it turns into a tropical storm, which looks pretty likely by Monday, tomorrow. We also have this new area here, small little circle that you see highlighted. This is just off the coast of South Carolina. This is an area that we're watching for development. Right now, it's very disorganized. We have a front in the area that can kind of add to that, but it has a 20% chance of development within the next week. And then we have this orange circle over here. So what's happening here is we have a tropical wave that's going to emerge off the coast of Africa in the next 24 hours. And then eventually later on this week, it could turn into a tropical depression. Now remember, tropical depressions don't get a name. It's not until it reaches tropical storm status, which we'll likely see with this system over here. This one is something that we do have some interest in just because once it does form, where does it want to go? Right now, it looks like it will start to pull off towards the west-northwest, eventually starting to approach the Bahamas and the Leeward Islands, but that is a long-range outlook. Right now, things are just, again, very disorganized and kind of in the baby stages. But again, going back to 95L, this is that area low pressure that's non-tropical right now. Here's the spaghetti plot. So when this is tagged as an area of invest or an area of interest, this is when we get the spaghetti plots, which is great because it can show you that it's moving away from the U.S. So that's some good news there. So even if it does form into Dexter, it's not bringing a threat to land. So far, we've had 3 named storms for this season. They were all tropical storms. Again, the next name on the list is Dexter. Likely could get that out of AL95 that's currently out there and trying to turn tropical. By August 11th, just going off climate data, usually we have our first named hurricane by August 11th. Now, if we get a hurricane before that time, that means we would be ahead of schedule. Right now, we're pretty on schedule. We had 3 named systems. Usually we have that by August 3rd. Today's August 3rd. So again, getting back to home here and what we have going on locally, here's that stalled out front. And by the way, there's AL95. They can see not a tropical low at this time, but it can get organized more in the next day. As we zoom in closer, we've had a few showers and a couple downpours, especially across Polk County and Highlands County recently. We've had some lightning out there, but it is trying to fall apart. Still a little bit of moderate to heavy rain at times. Otherwise, temperatures are very steamy in the upper 80s and low 90s. Not feeling comfortable whatsoever. Unfortunately, we really won't get a ton of relief. We do have a switch up in our pattern this upcoming week. For tonight, we have temperatures falling down into the low 80s, upper 70s, similar to last night. But moving forward into future casts, again, the rain that we see in Polk and Highlands County will continue to fizzle out. Moving into tomorrow, we could have something closer to the coast. Notice that those southeast winds will start to take over by tomorrow afternoon. So that's our pattern change. It does increase our rain chances as we move into early this week.